Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the DLC episode 2 of BioShock Infinite. And it is a weird one. We're playing a stealth game, which is not something I wanted nor ever expected to have happen. We're playing as, I think, Elizabeth, but maybe not. I mean, in all honesty, all we're seeing is a couple of hands with painted fingernails. And ooh, maybe this will be one of these lockpicks with a blue. Pushing the blue pin will open the lock and free a noisemaker. Well, all of them are blue. That was easy enough. So they clearly wanted, you have acquired a noise-making device. Make sure it's equipped and fire it at the window to the right to draw splicers from your path.
First, a law against bribery. Then, you'll want some belly.
So we've already heard this guy talk.
That's odd.
So I could fight these people, but I think the idea is just to leave them.
You have 1 second to show your face.
Let's see.
1 second. See everything. Every possible moment. And now...
You're just like everyone else.
Why? Why? Because I died here? If I'm just like everyone else, I can't help Sally. I can't even get back to where I was.
If you don't mind me asking, love, why are you talking to nobody? If I had pegged you for a loon, I might have had second thoughts on our arrangement.
I'll hold up my end, but I better find the girl the way I left her.
You're in no position to make demands. But I must confess, I do like a bit of sass in a lass.
So I'm kind of just assuming that the idea here is to sneak past fights. I don't think I'm gonna get enough money to ever buy anything. I certainly didn't get anywhere near enough upgrades.
Another one.
See, and I feel like I'm probably Sally. And we have Booker playing the song. Not Booker. Pick up possession. So he's...
ain't just on your own. We stick together. We won't put up with their lies. Then we're all gonna
So Atlas is giving me this?
why, oh why can't I have a slice of that pie? If I can't have it, why can't I? Why can't I have a slice of that pie?
So here we have a true believer in maybe communism
Someone who's got your back.
who helped you.
'Cause Atlas is the only one who can get Rapture back on track. Ryan talks good game.
Of course, we kind of know Atlas is not who he seems. And here we can hear...
It's him. It's the Big Daddy. The one that killed me.
You can't trade blows with him.
Comstock put him down and he got right back up. I can't hurt him. I could keep my distance, but if I watched myself, he could come in handy. Enemy of my enemy.
So we are in a different area, but apparently this is... How do you know this is the same Big Daddy? Don't they all look the same?
Welcome to the circus of value.
I can't afford these. Now if we cast this, we see there's a splicer here, splicer here, and that. And they just want me to sneak this way. And this is inherently the problem with all games that where there's stealth is I'm going to immediately get forced into missing sections and avoiding interactions. There's too much music playing here, and how much of this gets content ID'd by YouTube's awful system, like awful semi-legal copyright system, is in question, certainly.
Do not throw the ball in the house. Franklin.
And they're always talking about the same kid, Franklin. And apparently if they haven't noticed you and they're looking right at you, it doesn't matter. So I kind of wonder if some of these splicers are just having memories of somebody who they didn't actually raise.
This fella Atlas has been making the rounds down here, trying to bring some kind of order to this pit. All the splicers think the man walks on water, but something about him smells stink to me. Reminds me a bit of my former employer, Frank Fontaine. Always talking about how he was going to lift Rapture right out of the old man's wallet. No fuss, no muss. See where that got him.
So can I get in here?
Let me in. I'm working with Atlas.
I ain't heard nothing. Nobody gets you in without a kind word from the boss.
Interesting. So we'll come back. We'll come back to that later, I suppose. Get to Silverfin Restaurant. So we're gonna come through this area probably a couple times. And we can stand here and just again see where everybody is. You get so many uses of the Peeping Tom, but you drain them if you...
I may be old, but I'm not deaf.
So if I hold this, I'll go invisible, but it uses a lot of my Eve. Well, eventually will. It's not really that bad.
The bell has rung. Class is over. I hope we all learned something from that.
So to open this, I'm going to have to... find what the code is. Or lockpick the code. See, there's a vent this way. Let's try this direction. Get some Eve.
Huh. What's this?
Well,
seems like central heating came from this room, so it would stand to reason that the ductwork should go to Suchong's. Wait a minute.
So this seems like I've just snuck my way through that middle room. And...
Suchong wasn't exactly a master of subterfuge.
I feel like I'm just rushing through this. Do we even have an hour worth of gameplay left? I guess the good news is you could potentially, if the game is as short as it feels it is, you could potentially do all of this without without killing anybody. And you can't hit these things. Interesting. It feels like if you were going to play a stealth game like this, you would definitely need your Eve to refill. And I don't have any health kits. Yeah, so far I haven't killed anybody. So I'm the device from behind with a lockpick. So this time I can disarm and get a noisemaker. And see, it feels like you should be able to pick up the item after that. Not just immediately earn it. So I have a noisemaker, which will probably come in handy. So inevitably there's probably a good ending and a bad ending. Although the question is, what would the how would you get, oh, I thought that was the end of the path.
I think we found our man.
No sign of him now.
Either he's dead or working for Ryan.
We're not gonna make it all the way up to a large section of the rest of Rapture. That wouldn't make any sense.
Columbia. He knew about Columbia. And Booker and me. The Sutro must have found a way to reopen the tear I made to come here. But how?
Well, I'm gonna definitely pick up these guns even if I don't use them. Like, what is the big boss gonna be if this is a stealth game? Here we have model. I've also noticed that if you switch to bullets, it doesn't show that you loading them, so it makes it seem like she has 2 crossbows, which, okay. It saves time in the animation, so I can't be amazingly upset about it. Moving forward, I'm gonna run out of
The
Eve.
test device. That's how he must have reopened the tear.
So are we just gone? Now? Are we just bad juju? Are we just leaving all of Rapture? Boy, is this dark. Like, it needs 3 lockpicks.
And before I knew it, Ryan had me bounced out of my own restaurant. And that Korean had the run of the place. It was a good business, I tell you. I never should have told anyone about that light. all those weird buildings I saw floating in the clouds. And most of all, I never should have told no one about that girl who showed up one day in that old-timey blue dress.
So I'm running out of Eve. I would need 3 lockpicks, and in this darkness, I'm not gonna find it. I'm gonna be lucky if I can even figure out how to move forward. Lockpick. Examine the loot test device.
Look, the tear still leads back to Columbia. Plasmids, Vigors. He and Fink must have been in communication, sharing secrets. Like the Lutesses before they were physically together. Why did I need to come here? What does this have to do with Sally?
You remember, don't you?
It hasn't happened yet? I told you I can't do that.
Concentrate, Elizabeth.
No, the doors are shut. They're...
What am I seeing?
Lutece particle. I use the Lutece particle. If it can make a city float.
It can make a prison rise.
I can't open tears, but we could use this device to go to Columbia and find a particle. But it's been vandalized.
You'll fix it.
Sure. You know, my tower didn't come stocked with the Lutece device repair manual.
You will fix it.
Yeah, I'll just...
Elizabeth, you will fix it.
Okay. Okay, there must be some information around here.
Well, now everything's lit up. Step 1, perhaps remove the crowbar. So I guess this is a decent thought of a plan. Get the Lutece device, Lutece particle, and float the city. And in the meantime, I'm gonna try to just walk around here without being too slow about it.
Problem. Big Daddy will not imprint on the little brats. Yet Fink succeeded in imprinting his disgusting bird on his subject. How has Fink, the stupid man, succeeded where Suchong failed? If Suchong could obtain hair sample of Fink's subject, Suchong could determine delta of genetic material with little sister. Proof is in DNA pudding.
These are elements. Sodium, titanium. Why would these be on schematics for... It's code. A Visionaire cipher. If we assume hydrogen is A, and iron the 26th element is C...
You always used to need a code key.
It's right here. Never underestimate the fallibility of the ego maker.
This is a nice animation, way better than in any other
Punchless for
part of the
things Suchong
game.
needs to fix the machine. A cold cathode tube, a carbon dioxide scrubber, and a heat sink. Any of the vending machines should have the cathode tube. And we can look for a CO2 scrubber in the bathysphere showroom. A lot of models should have them. A heat sink. Oh, that's... Where in a department store are we gonna find...
Keep your cool with Old Man Winter.
That'll work. Time to find those parts.
Well,
And I just have to repair the most sophisticated piece of technology ever created.
Elizabeth, you saw yourself make this repair. You can do this.
Whatever you say. Guess we better find our way out of here.
And I suppose...
Atlas, you there? I need a favor.
A favor? I don't suppose you've conjured up the miracle you promised yet?
I'm working on it. I'm gonna need some Old Man Winter.
You might try where they hawk them new bathyspheres. As I hear it, Old Man Winter's the only thing keeps their batteries from bursting into flames after 5 minutes.
Thanks.
Think nothing of it. But it's the last favor you'll be getting.
So we haven't heard anything like Would You Kindly yet, but we are having this memory of Booker DeWitt talk to us the whole time. So maybe I am just imprinted to listen to that memory throughout the whole thing. Darn it. So I don't have a lockpick. That was all 3 of my lockpicks right there. Get in here. Plasma required, Old Man Winter. And there's nothing I can do here? Alright, well, I guess we're now going back this direction. So the game's gonna be a little bit longer than I thought. How am I gonna get out of here? I can't reach that.
Penalty for vandalism of Suchong device is death. Even for pretty lady.
I suppose you'd be Suchong. Save your ammunition, your device doesn't work.
Device at work. Vandal sabotage. You are vandal.
Actually, I intend to fix your device.
Interesting.
That is, unless you plan on coming down here and doing it yourself.
It's not prudent for Suchong to return to lab. And you say you can fix?
I broke your code, didn't I? Now just give me the one to open that door and we'll see what your creation can do.
1216.
Your birthday?
Enough of talk. Fix machine.
How does she know his birthday?
How'd you know that?
Never underestimate the fallibility of an egomaniac.
Yes, sir. That's correct, sir. I'm
So we're just looking at the...
Hope I do you all proud, gang.
I suppose we're just looking...
I've chosen a song that's ever so dear to my heart, suggested by my dear, sweet mother.
I could try to crawl here.
In your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a Lucifer to light.
Wait a minute. Is there... It said something about quests. No, no different quests.
Smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles.
I assume she's being forced to sing while I'm gonna sneak.
There, that machine. It'll have the cathode too.
Like, all these animations are way better than anything we've seen in any of the BioShock games. It seems crazy.
We need to find Old Man Winter in a CO2 scrubber.
Let's see. Now that we have possession, we can use this. And we can buy some lockpicks. And that should put us ahead. Find a replacement CO2 scrubber.
First, the law gets bribery. And you'll want some fella in my privy advising how I get it. What's next? Martial law?
If we seek out the fight.
I'm following this path. Let's sneak in here.
I made you a solid offer.
Don't you think you can hide? I know every inch of this house.
How could you just walk away?
Looks like someone's been decrypting a code. We've confirmed completion of the ace in the hole. Suchong has it, but unlikely to give it up easily. We'll update when we know more. What's that all about?
Stay! We may make more of you yet. You won't find me so unprepared as this one.
I need 5
Hypnotize Big
lockpicks.
Daddy.
Coming next year.
Of course.
Escape pursuers by hiding. See, I feel like I'm wasting my darts, which I don't have a lot of. Plasmid required, Old Man Winter. So, we've now found 2 of these, and don't know what they are. Other than I need the Old Man Winter plasmid.
Mother always says it's important to be yourself. So here I am, 100% this genuine article. Just an extension of the room.
You hear from you left.
Clear as a bell.
Where am I going?
To make it worse when I find you.
Where am I supposed to be going?
You'll adore Don't you think you can hide? I know every inch of this house.
Need more tranquilizer shots, and I can't afford any of them. Am I sure I'm not supposed to go in this direction? See, it wants me to go this direction. Those two decided to fight completely against my wishes. I didn't do anything to provoke that. So what happens when I die? Because, let's face it, I'm about to die. I've got no... This is where we were before. And I can...
Another coded message. Attempt to retrieve Ace in the Hole from Suchong unsuccessful. Ryan Private Security killed 3 of our men in the bargain. We'll need to explore alternate means of obtaining Ace.
So, am I the Ace in the Hole? Possession mod kit. Okay, so once you have the thing, they're just upgrades. I'm surprised I was able to make it this far and survive. But I don't want to just go back out to this area. Not yet, at least. I want to get some more tranquilizer darts if I can. This is a slightly different area. A way of laying out things. Medicine. Are these not tranquilizer darts, though? It's also not medicine, apparently. It feels like there are very specific spots where things appear, and the game is intentionally handing me more lockpicks now.
If you don't keep ahead of the rest, you'll be resigned to follow.
don't think we need the bum sound every time we climb up one of these. I have half a mind. Find all 4 of the covert transmissions. We'll see if we can do that. Let's go find Old Man Winter. At the very least, that would allow me to need to hurry.
Why share anything with your sister?
Welcome to the circus of value. No refund, no return.
Come back. We can work this out.
Old Man Winter. That's how we'll cool Suchong's machine.
So, if I don't, I can't use Hypnotize Big Daddy because it's not invented yet, then that tells you that even if I was to use Possession on the Big Daddy, it probably wouldn't work very well. I could only possess probably the Splicers and convince them to attack the Big Daddy. And because one of the Splicers has already figured out that one of the Splicers has already attacked the Big Daddy, I probably failed a true pacifist move.
Because you're the only one of us that don't smell like the reptile house at the zoo.
Now be quick about it and just take the winner. This ain't the Goodwill.
So, have we got more people printing Atlas things?
Memo to the sales team. While we deny all customer claims regarding purported burns they have received from, quote, overheating of 1958 bathyspheres, unquote, our marketing team has decided to give away flasks of Old Man Winter as part of a new promotional campaign. There will be no recall of the 58. No recall.
Message received, Ryan. Let's see what this is. Are these things brainwashing people?
Come, brothers and sisters. Did you want to keep climbing Andrew Ryan's ladder? Just to watch him knock it down as you're reaching the top? The cards are stacked. What's a bunch of fine words if there ain't deeds to back them up? Rapture was supposed to be different. But the only thing that separates it from the slums of New York or Glasgow or about 1 million gallons of salt water.
This is much better video than in the main game. It's still too small.
It's time all you learned your place. I tell you what, Ryan. Message received. Loud and clear. And here's what the people of Rapture have to say to you. If you won't give us what we want, we're more than happy to come and take it.
Now, it does seem like the phrase, the cards, or cards in general, not even a phrase, might have some would you kindly effect, because we have seen cards before, and hitting that does nothing, and hitting that gives me money, and nobody's mad at me for doing that, which is good. I could do with some more lockpicks too, but Start with tranquilizer darts.
So Atlas asked me to figure out where to strike first when we bust out of this place, but, you know, it all depends on when we get out, you know? I mean, November 5th is a big founding of Rapture shindig at Fort Frolic. Valentine's Day, you know, I mean, Arcadia's real popular. If it's near New Year's Eve, then, hey, we could pop the corks off all the stuffed shirts down at the Kashmir restaurant.
Okay, so that's completely explained what's going to happen now. We are going to start the beginning of BioShock 1 and go full circle. Because they do attack at the beginning of BioShock 1 on New Year's Eve. This game is definitely not long enough for there to be areas where people aren't attacking me. It just kind of shows that they don't even want the game to be the game that it was. Company man. They're taking the fighting out of it.
Tell Ryan things are getting hot down here real fast. The goddamn leprechaun is building himself a regular army. If you'd asked my opinion, which you didn't, I'd send a crew down here and clean up the place before they show up on your doorstep. But who am I except some undercover schmuck you sent to give you straight dope?
Seeing who was that? Was that Booker DeWitt? Emmett Winona? I wouldn't be surprised if we do run into Booker DeWitt. Somewhere around here, the original Booker DeWitt, not Comstock.
Whereabouts of the foreign bitch scientist unknown. Ryan presumes she's dead, but our guess is she's gone underground with the Little Sisters. Options on obtaining the ace are dwindling.
There's a lot of insulting phrases are coming up. By a noisemaker to distract multiple enemies. Thanks for telling me. Now I've got 5 lockpicks. So I don't know why they wanted to go so hardcore with this.
Freeze your enemies. Shatter them into 1,000 pieces.
Just what we needed. All we need now is a CO2 scrubber.
Saying that you? Sam? Who the hell are you? You've been using me this entire time.
Well, he's gotta be handsome and smart and self-assured like Andrew Rydo.
So I didn't want to do a big fight there, so I snuck through that, and I guess that's one of the opportunities they're going to try and throw in your face to force you into confronting people.
Come here, hon. Got a sweet idea for you.
Don't tell me that I have to get the CO2 scrubber from the Big Daddy.
We're not finished.
Must be the service bay that I'm supposed to go to. Must have missed it a few times. Let's see where this leads. It leads back here, which is fine because I needed to pick that up anyways. And we know there's one more. I could use some Eve, certainly. So, I guess I just missed this path.
Where there's bathyspheres, there's bound to be CO2 scrubbers.
And why is that?
If you don't remove the carbon dioxide from the air supply in a submersible, you'll suffocate. One thing I did like about Rapture, lots of new books to read. That will need a long-haul bathysphere, something where the CO2 buildup would limit the submersible period.
And here we've got some more music playing. This guy just stabbed in his chair with the Atlas thing. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody told me that when you pick up Eve, the game calculates how much Eve you actually get back and gently adjusts it one way or the other. See, now I'm sitting high on lockpicks, but there was, I believe, something we missed in a much earlier section that we're never going to get back to, or something I missed in the previous DLC, Burial C1. And if it was the previous DLC, I guess it doesn't matter, and at this rate it doesn't feel like we're gonna even get back to where we started either.
You okay?
I've seen all this happen before. I've seen everything that will happen, and now I only see darkness.
This is a boring
You sent
elevator.
yourself here for a reason.
A debt.
That's what you want to call it.
This Atlas. I'm gonna have to kill him. Either that or he'll kill me.
Maybe so.
I'm not you, Booker. Some war hero. I'm not even me anymore. No tears, no omniscience, or whatever you want to call it. Just a whole lot of book learning. And a handful of lockpicks.
This is a boring elevator. Notice that she just gently pushed the bell, unlike Booker DeWitt Comstock, who slammed it every time. I suppose the other thing is we could
The humpback
undo.
whale. That thing is as old as the hills. Strictly bargain basement. You gotta wear an O2 tank and a mask. We won't find a scrubber on that.
Like, maybe we will kill Atlas, and then the events of BioShock 1 in this universe at least won't have ever happened. Or maybe we'll become Atlas, and then, see, that would not really even make too much sense. So many lockpicks now. Seems like the game is going to either have me fight a lot of turret things or lockpick a lot of different things.
Oh, the 52 Mako. Classic. But it's a death trap. 28 known fatalities related to its use. Carbon dioxide poisoning. And they're still on the market.
Steeply discounted, though.
That sounds like something you would do in Raptures. Just keep selling it if you want to. There's no safety or consumer protection. Got the blues perk up with amphetamine. So we're seeing them actually taking other drugs than plasmids even. Which I assume I guess in a world like Rapture.
There. The Stingray. Submersible time of 90 minutes. That's our girl.
All the way up there.
The grease monkeys had to get it up there somehow. Just gotta find the controls.
It's all hand signals. Clear logs. By the way, Kara, I know they're talking.
I don't know why these guys have boxes on their heads. It seems like they were too lazy to animate faces. We've got a lot of things and a lot of people. And so I don't know how we do this without causing a lot of fighting to happen.
I should wash my hands.
That earwax, that stuff's golden. Gums up the works so Ryan can't make you his slave.
Don't skip on the cop. You hear me, Phil?
This is a whole room, isn't it?
You want to mind control everybody? Public address system. That's how you do it, Kara. Just like that.
Uncompromising, defiant. You got me.
Psychology,
All these jerks. Meat puppets, Kara. All of them. I'm the only one who knows the score.
We've got two characters. There's one.
I won't hurt anybody if I don't have to. But they make me. This is what happens when you're not careful. This is just what he wants.
Lying on me again.
We're not finished. What you done to my friend here? What you do to...
So there's an old man Winter.
When can I see you again?
You don't have my permission to leave.
So we've got one guy.
Hey, you ain't no...
Don't leave me! Not again. Oh, Jesus! Who did this?
Come here, baby. I ain't sore.
I guess I could have snuck down this way.
Some kind of idiot.
Any thoughts of escape to the roofs? Life down in Fontaine's is going to be what you make of it. So make it great.
Yeah, we got a peeping vision mob. Moves Eve cost for seeing through walls while standing still. Nice. Well, that changes a lot. Now I can just do this for all eternity. Examine the golf clubs. I feel like I probably missed some of these examines, but maybe not.
Damn hooligans. They've been sneaking into the repair bay at night, riding around on the hydraulic lifts. It's some kind of make-out spot. Can't exactly blame them. God knows how boring it must be to grow up in Rapture. But their hormones are costing us money, and this isn't an amusement park. I've locked the control room. The code is 7951.
She told me to stop calling, so I did. Now I just hang around outside the place she stayed.
Is this killing me for falling in the water? I think it is. I think it's setting me back. It is. Interesting. We were already down here. There's like one person.
Honey pie? You got a friend over? Come on!
Oops.
What are you running away for?
Where are they coming?
Come back! We can work this out. Come on! What are you running away for? That's it. We're through. I was in the war.
What was the code? Seven 0 5 4. Let's try that. I don't think that's right, but we'll see. We'll just try to brute force this. So if it's not 7054, maybe it's 7051. 7951, whatever. Close enough.
You like these? These are brand new. Had them made special.
And see, it didn't make any sound effect there. Radar range ammo. I don't even have the radar range. Could buy some Eve, but I don't think I would want to.
The love we have, it's something special. Not some fly-by-night view.
Probably a switch around here somewhere.
Let's have some fun with this. I could use some noisemakers. There we go. At least I think I could use some noisemakers. I might actually be just wasting my time. Let's see. I have one of two noisemakers according to that. So this is an opportunity, I guess, to get more of these. But you're hardly creating a situation where you are getting experience or anything like that. Of course, that did get me health. I probably shouldn't have used one, but I'm high up on them anyways. This requires 3 lockpicks. Interesting.
Of course, the buildings are being fabricated above the waves. But we will lower them on a lunette ring, submerged into the structure's steel frames. So much steel, you wonder. How will we keep so large a purchase from the government? Water is buoyant. We shall not frame Rapture in steel, but in aluminium. The government jackals may suspect me of building an air force, but never a city.
So I think this is the last bit of the
Atlas, the heat is on.
secret.
Ryan knows something's up and is sending men to investigate the department store. Suggests you lay in supplies at the Manta Ray Lounge and prepare for a siege. Looks like there's something in the Manta Ray Lounge worth investigating.
Interesting. I don't know what a Manta Ray Lounge is, though. And let's see, how are we now? We're still trying to get the CO2 scrubber, and then it feels like we're potentially rather close to being done with the game. It's been another hour. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.